You didn't quit because it was too hard. You quit because it was too easy. That's the part nobody talks about. We spend so much energy preparing for challenges that overwhelm us, but the tasks that silently drain us? Those are the ones we could do in our sleep. The ones we've done 100 times. The ones that feel pointless the moment they begin. Here's what the science says: your brain doesn't just need success to stay motivated. It needs friction, just enough to feel alive. And if it doesn't get that, it starts checking out. Quietly. Without warning. Every single time. Picture this. You've been doing the same task at work for months. Maybe it's a weekly report. Maybe it's answering the same kind of emails. Maybe it's a routine you built yourself, and it used to feel amazing. But lately, you sit down to do it and something just doesn't show up. The energy isn't there. You're not burned out exactly. You're not anxious. You're just flat. You get it done, technically. But every minute feels like you're dragging yourself through wet cement. And the worst part is, you feel guilty about it. Because it's not hard. You should be able to do this. You tell yourself to focus, to be grateful, to just push through. And that works for a little while. But the flatness comes back. Every time. So you start wondering, what's wrong with me? Why can't I care about something I'm perfectly capable of doing? Here's the answer you've been missing. Nothing is wrong with you. Your brain is working exactly as designed. The problem isn't your discipline. The problem is the task itself, and what it's doing to your brain without you even noticing. What's actually going on? Think about a game of tennis. If you play against a 5-year-old, you don't feel excited. You feel bored. There's no challenge. You already know how it ends before it begins. But if you play against someone who's way better than you, you don't feel motivated either. You feel overwhelmed, maybe humiliated. You stop trying because winning feels impossible. But when you play someone who's just a little bit better than you, suddenly you're locked in. Every point matters. You forget about your phone. You forget about time. You're completely, effortlessly present. That's not a coincidence. That's your brain in its optimal state. Your brain has a built-in motivation dial. On one end, too easy, and you drift into boredom, distraction, and mental autopilot. On the other end, too hard, and you freeze up, panic, or give up entirely. But right in the middle, at the edge of your current ability, where the task is challenging but winnable, that's where focus catches fire. Psychologists call this the challenge-to-skill ratio. When a task is perfectly matched to what you're capable of right now, your brain releases dopamine not just when you finish, but throughout the whole process. You're rewarded for the effort, not just the result. Here's the brutal truth hiding in plain sight. Most of the motivation problems we blame on ourselves aren't discipline failures, they're designed failures. The task is wrong for where you are right now. A task that was hard and exciting 6 months ago has now become routine. Your brain solved it, filed it away, and now it's bored. It's not broken, it moved on. The problem is, the task didn't move with it. This is the Goldilocks Rule. Your brain needs tasks that are just right, not too easy, not too hard. And when you ignore that rule, motivation doesn't just dip. It quietly disappears. One flat morning at a time. So, where does this idea actually come from? The psychological foundation lives in a concept called flow, a state of complete, effortless absorption in a task. The researcher who spent decades studying it is Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, a Hungarian-American psychologist who published his landmark work on flow in 1990. His research showed that people report their highest levels of happiness and engagement not during rest or leisure, but during tasks that stretch their skills to just beyond their comfort zone. What Csikszentmihalyi found, repeatedly across thousands of interviews, was that flow only appears in a very specific window. Too much challenge and anxiety takes over. Too little and boredom sets in. The sweet spot, the zone where skill and challenge are closely matched, is where humans feel most alive and most motivated. Later research in behavioral psychology backed this up from a different angle. Studies on operant conditioning and reward learning showed that variable challenged tasks where the outcome requires real effort but isn't impossible, drives the highest and most sustained engagement. It's the same principle behind why learning a new skill feels electrifying, but repeating a mastered one feels dead. The Goldilocks Rule, as a name, came later, used by researchers and habit science writers to describe this sweet spot in plain language. But the underlying science has been consistent for decades. Human motivation isn't fueled by comfort. It's fueled by manageable stretch. So what do you actually do with this? Step 1. Diagnose the flatness before you fight it. Next time you feel that dull, dragging resistance toward a task you're fully capable of doing, stop. Don't immediately reach for more willpower. Instead, ask yourself, when did this task stop feeling like a stretch? Because there's a good chance you've outgrown it. Your skills moved forward, the task stayed put. That gap is your motivation leak. Step 2. Add a layer of difficulty that's meaningful to you. This doesn't have to be dramatic. If you write reports every week, challenge yourself to finish in 20% less time than usual. If you run the same route every morning, push the pace for the last 5 minutes. If your work involves repetitive decisions, set a rule that forces a harder constraint, fewer resources, tighter deadline, a new format. You're not making the task harder for the sake of suffering. You're making it harder to wake your brain back up. Step 3. Build a challenge ladder, not a to-do list. Look at your recurring tasks and ask, what's the next version of this that would require something more from me? Not a completely new skill, just one step further than where you are now. That's your target. That's where your motivation lives. Remember, your brain isn't looking for easy wins. It's looking for winnable challenges. The moment a task stops requiring real effort from you, it stops rewarding you. Not because you're lazy, but because your brain already solved it, and it's ready for the next puzzle. The Goldilocks Rule isn't about always choosing hard things. It's about choosing the right hard thing for right now. Here's the one thing I want you to take away from this. Boredom isn't a character flaw. It's a signal. Your brain is telling you the task isn't right-sized for where you are anymore. And the fix isn't more discipline, it's a better mash. Find the edge. Stay close to it. That's where motivation actually lives. If this changed how you see your own resistance, subscribe to Mind Sketchbook. More of this every week. This has been Mind Sketchbook, simplifying psychology, one sketch at a time.